Sim Update 11 for Microsoft Flight Simulator is just a few weeks away. It comes with a whole bunch of new features such as gliders and helicopters, but there's also a great new performance-related feature that is likely to be of benefit to many people. This is support for AMD's FSR 2.0 technology. Now, over the past few days, I've been taking a look at the beta build for this update. It doesn't include helicopters and all those lovely new features, but it does include a bunch of other stuff, including FSR 2.0 support. So we're going to take a look at that. On screen, you can see a comparison between FSR 2.0, TAA, and DLSS. Both the upscaling technologies here are on the quality setting. In case you're wondering what the advantage is and how this actually works, basically it is an upscaling technology. It allows your computer to run the sim at a lower resolution and then using various techniques to upscale it to a higher resolution. Everything you see on screen right here was captured at 4K resolution at the default high-end settings. I'm running on a Ryzen 7 5800X with an RTX 3080 graphics card. Now on the right, DLSS obviously requires an NVIDIA graphics card. Not everyone will have one of these. On the right, FSR 2 is workable on pretty much any modern graphics card. Now, both upscaling technologies are very clearly better than TAA in terms of performance. Right here, that is obvious. DLSS does seem to be somewhat better, around about 10 to 15 frames better actually per second in most cases, but this doesn't hold true for all the quality settings. Let's move on to balance setting. Here you can see that DLSS is still somewhat better, although the difference between the two is nowhere near as great as on the quality setting. Around about 3 to 5 frames per second, going for DLSS here on most cases, but still this is a wonderful upgrade and a wonderful performance. Consider that this is running at 4K. Now, to ensure accuracy and fairness here, these flights are exactly the same, and I'm using the flight recorder software, third-party software, to be able to do this. Additionally, as with previous videos, I'm flying over Manhattan here, over New York, to retain some consistency between videos. So if you want to go back and check on previous videos, previous performance comparison videos, you'll be able to see just how much the performance has either improved or degraded over time. I'm also using the latest currently available NVIDIA drivers, which are 522.25. Now, as we move on to the performance setting for both upscaling technologies, you can see that the performance gap between the two different types of technology actually begins to narrow. For the most part here, with the exception of occasional spikes, these frame rates are very consistent with each other. I'd say DLSS has a very slight edge, but overall, well, more or less the same. And as we move on to the high performance setting, you can see that FSR takes the lead. Keep in mind that, as I said earlier, this is the beta build for Sim Update 11, it's not the final release. So yeah, things may change. We may get a bit of better performance out of FSR 2 on the final release, and a few other issues may get fixed as well. Some people have noticed there is some ghosting on the graphics in FSR. I'm not going to go into detail on that in this video or really take a close look at it, as I do want to give Microsoft and Asobo a chance to fix those particular issues. But we'll come back and look at this again for the final release, which, as I say, is happening on the 11th of November. Meanwhile, whilst we're taking a look at a comparison between the two upscaling technologies, let's take a very brief look at quality, image quality. Now, of course, this isn't a deep dive, we'll save that for another time, but it should give you a bit of indication. So on screen right here is FSR 2. We're going to zoom in here to some of the instruments, give you a bit of a closer look. So FSR 2 right here, and there we have DLSS. Both of these at the quality preset. Not too much difference really, both look pretty good, but yes, DLSS in my opinion does have a slight edge. Let's have a very quick look as well at high performance. So FSR 2 high performance DLSS, and you can see again, in this case DLSS does have a significant edge in terms of image quality. One more look there. There we go. So yeah, there we have it, a comparison between the two upscaling technologies in Sim Update 11, FSR 2 and DLSS 2. Nice to see all these additional options coming into the sim. At any rate, that brings us to the end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.